Hello and welcome once again. I am Bhavin, and main objective is to discuss whether the given number is prime or not. So our job is to create an application which contains a function named IsPrime which determines the input number is prime or not. That's what. So let's say I'll take a button which determines whether the number is prime or not and take a text box. Fine. I'll close the toolbar. Here is the text box 1 and set it text to the is prime. Okay. And okay. To create the function, I'll say private function name is prime as integer is no I'll say as boolean as a return type. So my job is to return whether true or false. True stands for input number is prime, false it's not prime, and I'll say num as integer. So our method contains one argument. I declare few variables, dim I as well as cnt as integer, dim res as boolean, as each number contains at least two factors, one and the number itself. So we'll traverse each and every number one after another up to the number itself and count number of factors. So for I equals to, let's say 1 2 number itself, and if number is divisible by I, so if num mod I equals to 0, then we'll say cnt plus equal to 1, cnt plus equal to 1, right? And if we got cnt exactly 2, else. Since each number has two factors, a number which have more than two factors, for example 5 composed of two factors 1 and 5, 17 contains two factors 1 and 17, but in case of 10 composed of four factors, so 10 is not prime. So my job is to return true, else return false. And let's check it out. Dim answer as boolean and answer equals to is prime value of text box 1 dot text, and if answer equals to true, else. If it is true, then my job is to define it is prime, otherwise I'll display it's not prime. So that's, we have a method with the name isPrime which composed of one argument. So whatever the user passed in text box 1 dot text will assign to the num. My job is to return boolean. So if uses 10 enter a value 10, then for I equals to 1 to 10, I'll one by one check it out whether the num modulo I is 0. So 10 modulo 1, 10 modulo 2, 10 modulo 3 is not 0, 10 modulo 4 is not 0, 10 modulo 5 is 0. So at each iteration our job is to count number of factors. When number of factors is 2, my job is to return true. That says the number is prime as it composed of only two factors. But when it says we have more than two factors, example 15 composed of 1, 3, 5 and 15, so there we have four factors, so that's not the prime. So here I'll call the method with the name isPrime. My job is to give number as an argument. It returns boolean, so we have answer defined as a boolean and number is prime or not. Let's run the application. Initially I'll input, let's say number 20, and 20 it's not prime, but if I enter number somewhat 17, that's it's in prime. So that's how we can check whether the number is prime or not. And to download the sample program, we can traverse to the ICDstudents.com. It's a website, so where students can share their thoughts and get almost practicals for .NET as well as Java and C languages. Thanks. Once again bowing, and Say thanks.